Alright, we are back and continuing on where we left off. Take this wasp for no reason. You know, because let's rip the wings off of a poor defenseless creature. It's fine. Crazy. Go this way. What are you? Is there a monkey? What are we waiting for? Anybody know? Unless maybe it just finished. I don't know. I don't know. If I run away, is it gonna do something? Xander, what do you think?
Another chance at perfection.
Bog dog. Well, whatever happened here, I think everybody left. So, you on this way? Hey, you, what's up?
Oh, please help. It's all destroyed. Did you feel it, traveler? The ground shook so hard that what remained of our poor village crumbled around me. I can still hear my neighbor's cry as the roof fell on her. I'm sorry, it's just all too much.
Your village?
Ostomer. It used to be lovely. Then that horrid jungle sprang out of nowhere and drove us out. We wanted to reclaim our homes, but I don't see that happening now. Not with so many dead. Oh, I do hope that nice wood elf found more survivors.
What nice wood elf?
Baragon. He came to Ostomer looking for his friend. Greenspeaker Sorrelin, I believe he said her name was. After the disaster, he didn't hesitate to help. You should join him. He's looking for survivors and could use a hand.
Sure, I'll find Baragon and see how I can help.
You'll find Baragon on the road outside Ostomer, just to the north of the village. He built a small camp for the survivors. Tell him I sent you. And any aid you can give will be appreciated, traveler. It's rare to find much kindness in this world.
Tell me about Ostomer.
I watched our little village grow from a few tents to actual structures. It was a beautiful place. And then the forest suddenly grew up around us, trees and vegetation bursting through the paved streets and displacing buildings. We fled in terror.
And then the ground shook.
No, the forest sprang up months ago. Some of us decided to return, try to reclaim our village from this unnatural jungle. It was going well, too. Then the ground started to shake and what was left of Ostermere started falling down around us.
Why didn't you stay at the camp?
I'm not sure. I was hurt by debris. Then I just started walking. I stopped here to rest. Then you stopped by. Ostermere truly belongs to this jungle now. But maybe you can help any survivors? You and that nice Baragon.
Okay.
I pray you aren't another rogue come to take what's left.
Nope.
Oh, Julianus be praised. A friendly face. It seems the roads are far more dangerous than I was led to believe. We stopped to enjoy the breeze when a crazed brigand came out of nowhere and robbed us.
One brigand did all this?
One masked brigand and a pack of horrid beasts she commanded. Frelgotha did everything she could to protect me, bless her heart. But the thief made off with my entire dowry. Now I haven't a napkin ring to present to my future bride.
Where did the brigand run off to?
She disappeared into the nearby Firelight Cave. Adventurer, if you can recover my 4 dowry bundles, I promise to make it worth your while. Every scrap of silk and muddy jewel could save me from becoming the laughingstock of Skingrad.
All right, I'll search for your stolen dowry.
It took years to negotiate a fair dowry for the Verdullis family's eldest daughter. To come this close to a life of leisure, only for some flea-infested scoundrel to dash my dreams? Please, search Firelight for my dowry. I beg of you.
Who's the Verdelis family?
They are a very powerful mercantile family, and any misstep could spell disaster for my marriage proposal. It's been a grueling year of negotiations between our families. Would you believe I haven't even met my bride-to-be?
You know what's the disaster? That little fuzzy thing on under your nose. You never met your bride?
Absurd, I know, but it's almost more romantic. The tidal forces of commerce leaving us marooned on the shores of love. We've written each other, of course, and beneath the polite formalities, I do believe Immoral nurtures a spark of love for me.
Why don't you like each other?
That's hardly a reason not to get married. My parents built a lumber empire despite hating each other. Of course, without my dowry, none of this matters. Not to press, but even a small portion returned could save my marriage.
I would like to know more about who attacked you.
It was horrible being surrounded by snarling beasts. And the brigand, wearing a ghastly mask, I might add, started barking orders at us. It was either I surrender the dowry or forfeit my life.
And you said she controlled the beast?
By magic or might, I'm unsure, but yes, they seemed to follow her every command. Once the beasts were between us and the dowry, she swooped in and stole caskets and coffers filled with gems, jewelry, spices, and silks. I need them back.
Very well, I'll get your dowry.
Please, find what you can of my dowry and I'll compensate you handsomely.
And be wary of the third.
You're going to find Master Grandeur's stolen goods? Wonderful. If you make quick work of it, I should be able to have his evening clothes properly pressed in time for dinner in Skingrad.
Looks like we're going dungeon running.
What's this? Did my betrothed hire someone to retrieve his dowry? How quaint. You should be warned. My beasts don't like losing their toys, and they do love his shiny gifts. Tread carefully, adventurer. I've had my fill of impish fools with childish dreams.
Okay, lady.
Your search for knowledge continues. We have an accord.
There's one back here.
Grander realize the opportunity I've given him? Why try to recover his bid for my hand? What joy can be found in a marriage fueled? Help him if you feel so inclined, but be warned. The beasts of firelight are ravenous.
Yep. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, told me.
What use have I for collars of gold and silver? Contracts be damned. I know my worth, and Grander should come to learn his. The Theriker grow restless. We have that in common. It's time we left these woods behind.
Oh, confessed. She's the daughter of a rich merchant. What does she do? I know that they're beets, but every time I see them, I actually think they're rat. Really big rat. Because I think beets as of being a dark purple.
had dreams of being a great warden, you know. But these woods have changed. The land doesn't sing to me anymore. Return the dowry to Grander if you wish. I'm leaving all this nonsense behind.
Hostilities ended. Now to relax.
Yeah. Oh, more than one thing going on. Okay, noted. Doesn't care about being frozen. Any treasure in your gunk over here? Nope.
That was intellectually stimulating.
There wasn't any boss in this. That's a new one for me. Oh. shook out of the freeze really fast. My be up higher? I think I might have needed to be up higher. Can I just climb up that rock? Or I go up the way that I came. Up here and then across the bridge.
I'm certain Grander will wonder whether he was inadequate. He'd be right. I've tamed beasts and monsters.
I didn't mean to cut her off. I think she was saying if he was unworthy, and I think she said yes, he is, because he tames beasts and monsters. That's not her thing. She needs someone tougher.
Bah! To Apocrypha with you.
Don't. Well, answer that question. Okay. Got it.
I'm not here to fight. My family drama put you in danger. I owe you some answers if you want them. A proper introduction, then. I am a Morrowind Verdelis, Grander's bride-to-be. You can tell him it was me. I'm certain my betrayal will make for quite the waterworks. I harbor no ill will toward the man. Only what he represents. This contract.
What will your parents think of all this?
It's been years since they've taken any interest in my needs. Why would I care for theirs? They've made it plainly clear I wasn't the daughter they prayed for. Too quick to fight, too tough to bend. And still they tried to force me into shape.
Why hide with these beast and firelight cave?
This cave was once a sanctuary from my parents. Before this wild magic twisted it into something cruel. It was my second home. Filled with beasts with softer smiles than the ones that raised me.
Magic twisted this place?
Yes. And the creatures that lived within it. Driven wild and feral. I did what I could to calm them, tend to their fear. I had hoped to take them with me, to return the favor and save them from this mess. But I acted too late.
Where will you go now?
I'm not sure. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell Grander's hired aid. Just know it will be far away from here. Beyond the highlands and the overgrowth. Beyond even the reach of my family's wealth.
I don't think he deserves the truth. It's a whatever. I better get back to Grander. Goodbye.
Farewell, adventurer. Perhaps one day we'll cross paths again.
Maybe.
Well, what did you get?
Butterfly wings, Xander. There was that whole big sack had 4 butterfly wings. I don't want to know what the size of that butterfly was.
You've returned in one piece. I hope you gave that brigand what for. You're back? And with my dowry in tow. This is still plenty to impress the Verdulis' eldest daughter and secure her hand. I could kiss you, adventurer. Though I suppose I should save that for my bride-to-be.
Hey, I retrieved your dowry, but your marriage is off.
What's this now? Has word already spread of my ineptitude? My abject failure? Has the Verdulis family already dragged my name through the coals? Please, kind-hearted and dashing adventurer, end your silence and tell me!
The brigand who robbed you was your wife, or your wife-to-be.
My? Immoral? What would drive her to steal her own dowry? Surely there must be some misunderstanding. These barbaric acts are far beneath her, let alone the Verdulis family name. At least it explains the warm rush I felt from her commands.
She needed the dowry to run away.
Run away? I see. It's strange I find myself so hurt by someone I never met. Who am I to begrudge someone for wanting greener pastures? I hope she finds what she's looking for. I'll be fine. Mother taught us Namarset men to persevere.
Hey, there are plenty of wolves in the den, Grant.
Well, I don't appreciate the chosen imagery. I get your meaning. Yes. Though the long road to betrothal is a lonely path, I'll gladly walk it. Thank you, traveler. You've earned this gold as well as my deep respect.
The ring of faithfulness.
I wonder what's to become of this dowry. I could save it for my next bride, or perhaps I could invest it in some sort of capital venture. Father rarely loosens the purse strings for my ideas, so this is the perfect time to prove myself.
You should know Amaro mentioned she had a sister.
Yes, of course, a delightful woman. In fact, she was the one who often made the ride out to our lumber yards to collect my letters to Amaro. Are you implying that I should marry her instead?
Well, Amaro thought you could court her properly. No dowry needed.
What a novel idea. I'll admit to some relief that our arranged marriage is over. I have always been a bit of a romantic, and this merger by way of marriage was less than ideal. Perhaps I will. A proper courtship. If she agrees, of course.
Oh, how gentlemanly.
Good news. The adventurer retrieved my dowry. We can continue on to Skingrad as planned. And I promise you both a pint of ale when we get there.
Such a relief. And I'll be able to press and sort out your clothing in time for any balls or soirees.
How generous. A whole drink after nearly losing an arm to a Theriker.
Alright, ding this. Like we've got a problem over here, so let's go see what we can do. Try to grab this flower.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Rest easy, friend. You there! Let's help these people!
I'm pretty sure my leg is broken. Baragon pulled me out from under a rock. He's a good sort. For a wood elf. Maybe you can help him.
Didn't get enough of me while fighting the recollection in Grotwood, hmm? No time to catch up, though, friend. I have injured people here and more still in the village of Ostamir. How about we get them out safely before the ground shakes again?
What happened here?
Greenspeaker Sorrelin sent me a letter, asked me to meet her here. After I arrived, the ground rumbled like an angry timber mammoth. Whole buildings collapsed, trapping people. When the new forest appeared, it damaged the village. This may end it.
New forest?
Apparently, a few months back, what was once rolling hills and rich Colovian farmland was suddenly engulfed by this great forest. Look, help me rescue more Ostamir survivors. Then we can find Sorrelin. I can toss you some coin for your efforts.
I'll help you rescue the villagers and search for the Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Inside the village, listen for any calls for help. People could be buried under rubble or trapped inside collapsed buildings. Just watch out for the strange beasts. They appeared after the ground shook. And keep an eye out for Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Tell me about Ostomer.
It's a typical Colovian village, or rather, it was, known for fishing and trade. As I understand it, when this forest sprang up a few months ago, it caused massive damage and drove the villagers away. They were starting to return when this happened.
We're pretty close to Valenwood, aren't we?
Very. And this new forest, it's like Valenwood jumped the river and spread here. I remember when Ostermere was founded. Some Wood Elves thought it was a prelude to invasion, but a fishing settlement posed no threats, and cooler heads prevailed.
What's that about a new forest?
That's one of the things I'm looking into. Something caused this forest to grow rapidly, so I suspect some sort of magic was involved. From the growth pattern, I guess that this stretch of land along the river was where the new growth originated.
Could Valenwood have caused this?
I'd rather not speculate. Wood Elf magic can speed and direct growth, but not on this scale. And not so wild and untamed that it destroys whole villages. Still, I plan to look into all that. Later, after we help these people. Questions are all well and good, but we have people to save. Anything else you want to know? Otherwise, let's get on with the rescuing, friend.
Why did Greenspeaker Sorlin ask you to meet her?
No clue at all. Her letter was quite short. All it said was she learned something in Ostermere. She said it was important, and I needed to see it for myself. She wants to share whatever she discovered with me. That's all I know.
Any idea why she came to Ostermere?
I don't know. Last I heard, she was part of the Wood Elf settlement in Vashabar. That isn't too far from here.
Vashabar?
That's what the Wood Elves who settled here after the forest appeared call their city. It's north of here. Anyway, she could have come to Ostermere for the Ayleid ruins. There are plenty nearby that might interest her, but that's just a guess.
She's interested in the aliens?
That's how we met. I love all sorts of history while she studies Ayleids. The culture and history of those ancient elves fascinate her. My own interests were purely practical, stuff that could help me back in my adventuring days.
You called Sorlin a Greenspeaker. Tell me about them.
The finest wielders of nature magic in Tamriel. Greenspeakers wiggle their fingers and a tree bends its shape into a home. They make it possible for Wood Elves to construct cities without harming the forest.
We should look for them.
I'm worried about her too, friend. But Sorlin is no delicate bellflower. She's shown me time and again that she's perfectly capable of defending herself. Let's help the other survivors, and then see if we can pick up her trail.
So here's one flaw with Elder Scrolls. It assumes that I've already done the previous quest to meet this guy, but we haven't. We haven't even been to that region. So I'm going to skip the where have you been since we last met. We haven't. We haven't met.
Keep your ears open. Follow any shouts for help.
Help! I can't get out! The door's blocked!
Clear the rubble!
Thank the eight. I thought that was my grave.
A most auspicious find.
Inside the village.
It hurts so much, sister.
These creatures
know,
only
little bug.
exist in the Dawnwood.
Please, help
They
me
look
move
so
this.
strange.
Thank you. I'm never coming back here.
I see. Before we pop out there.
Trade with Kush. Unburden your path.
A fated arrival.
Help! The vines won't let me go! Thanks. Even the plants want to kill me.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Move now, please!
I'm fine then. Okay. Sorry, I made you worry.
You're safe now. Go join your family.
Sorrelin, you're alive!
Baragon! Oh. Who's your friend? I had no idea the ground would shake so violently when I asked Baragon to meet me here. Nature is nothing if not unpredictable. I also didn't expect him to bring a guest. So, who are you, friend of Baragon?
Oh, just someone who happened by and decided to help him rescue survivors. Why did you invite him here?
Helping people in dangerous situations sounds just like Baragon. Can't fault him for accepting help. I asked him to join me in Ostermere because I found something amazing. Miraculous, even. He needs to see it for himself.
That sounds intriguing. What did...
No. The only way Baragon can understand this discovery is by experiencing it himself. How about we all see it together? It's down in the Alien ruins nearby. I'll show you both. It truly is remarkable.
Okay, let's go enter it.
Baragon's an old friend. He'll appreciate my discovery. I hope you do as well. The ruin?
Sorrelin wants to meet at the ruins east of here. Let's go.
Right there. They ran away so fast. Oh, shit.
We can use this.
I don't see Greenspeaker Sorrelin. Wait, a body on the ground. They're wearing recollection gear. Grab that note.
By order of Keeper Vergoth, as an epicenter of the original Wildborn ritual, our Greenspeakers assured us new Wildborn seeds would sprout under Ostermere. Search the nearby Iliad ruins for a mature Wildborn seed. Find and recover a seed as quickly as possible. It is imperative that we have such a seed for the next phase of our campaign, no matter the cost. and to the ruins that extend below Ostermere. At the roots where Dawnwood originated should be a large seed. You'll know it when you see it. Recover the seed and bring it to me. A message is scribbled below in different handwriting. Baergon and friend. Had to run for obvious reasons. Join me down in the ruins. I think you'll like what I have to show you.
Wildburn seed? Not sure what that could be, but the handwriting at the bottom, that's Sorlin's. The handwriting at the bottom of the note is definitely Sorlin's. Running into ruins alone is just like her. But I didn't expect the recollection to be here. She's heading into more danger than she realizes.
The note indicates they're trying to recover a Wildburn.
I've never heard of a seed, but the Wood Elves of Vashabar use Wildburn to refer to the strange blight along the edge of the New Forest. Worry about that later. Let's focus on finding Greenspeaker Sorlin before she runs afoul of the recollection.
Okay, let's find Greenspeaker Sorlin and investigate this seed.
We're off to face the recollection again, my friend. Those fanatics seem to be everywhere these days. We dealt with them once, so this should be easy, right? Let's head into the ruins and find Greenspeaker Sorlin.
Did we? I don't remember. Anything else you can tell me about the Wildburn?
Just that it's what the Wood Elves of Vashabar call the narrow band of devastation that runs along the northern edge of the New Forest. It separates the rest of Westweald from Dawnwood. I'm not sure what a Wildburn seed is, but I plan to find out.
What do you know about the recollection?
Some sort of cult made up mostly of disgruntled Wood Elves. Seems to have a connection to the ancient Aliens, but I don't have all the details yet. That's why I am out here adventuring again. I want to figure out who they are and what they're up to.
I don't recall meeting this guy.
Those vines. That's the entrance to the ruins.
Go in. I'm just struggling because the game's acting like I met you, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Can't throw a brick in Colovi without hitting some ruin or another. And it seems like more appear every day, like that one that they're calling Essendal. No one knew it existed until the jungle grew.
Let's find Sorlin first, friend.
You jumped over the cliff, my guy.
I knew it. The place is thick with the recollection.
Any more? I need some tea.
Sorlin's up ahead. What's she looking at?
Do you feel it, Baergon? The grandeur of our history.
You're right. These ruins are incredible.
Do you feel it? The power of the Aliens pervades this place. Millennia separate us from the Heartland High Elves, but I can feel their legacy flowing through my blood. It pains me to see their glory buried in these ruins.
Why did you bring us down here? What did you bring us down here to show us, Greens?
This was all for Baragon's benefit. You're just an unintended spectator. I brought Baragon here to remind him of his Ayleid heritage. The recollection remembers their past. This land belonged to the Ayleids, and we Bosmer are their rightful heirs.
Sounds like you're admiring the recollection.
Not at all, but some of their beliefs match my own. All that aside, I wanted to show Baragon what I found. A new type of seed. It's similar to what we green speakers use to grow and shape tree villages, but different. It thrums with unique potential.
The wild burn seed?
Bug shells! Surprise ruined! I wanted to show him the wild burn seed. Talk to him. Discuss the recollection, both the good points and the bad. I suppose he'll want to take the seed before the recollection does. I suggest you hurry. They're close.
I'll search for the seed with Baragon.
The wild burn seed grows deep in the ruins. I suggest we split up. I'll lead the recollection on a merry chase while you and Baragon find the seed. And don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet up along the way. And Baragon, remember your history.
Can you tell me anything about this Iliad ruin?
This style of architecture dates back to the late Merethic era. It combines majesty with practicality, so probably a place for Daedra worship and training. These Ayleids seem to have been particularly fond of someone they called the Prince of Paths.
How are you going to avoid the recollection forces?
As I said, I plan to keep some of their attention on me instead of you. After that, well, I'm very stealthy. I have no doubt I can elude their patrols. And if I do get into trouble, I'm sure you and Baragon will come to my rescue.
Okay.
Better not catch anyone sneaking around down
Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. All the plans want to kill me.
I'm with you, cohort.
That was intellectually stimulating.
Sorolin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten.
Thank you.
Look, Greenspeaker Sorolin, up on the walkway.
See, Baragon? The Colovians built atop our heritage! They buried it all!
That's how it works, Sorolin. The new replaces the old.
I thought I could convince you that we'd find the wild burn seed together.
What? Sorolin, come back! Now she's up on the ledge.
Join me, Baragon. The Recollection needs wood elves like you. We can finally claim our rightful inheritance.
Time for
You're
tea,
with
then.
the Recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her!
Well, that's a problem.
Better not catch anyone. Onward and upward!
Hostilities ended.
Better not catch anyone.
Now to relax.
Tharikers can deal with anything.
Blight and root rot! How could Sorlin join the Recollection? They're murderers!
I wasn't particularly surprised. And it was a recruiting campaign to get him to join. I don't think there's anything over here, but I still wanted to come look. You know. Fun. Nothing here.
Those doors, let's try there. We need to find that seed. Sorlin joined the Recollection? But they're murderers! Oh, this can't be right. I just need to talk to her. Blight and root rot! Maybe she's under a spell or a curse or something. Let's hurry. We need to get to her and that wildburn seed. Sorlin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Baragon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after her. Grab the seed and follow after me.
Teleport down. I want to teleport down.
Seeks justice, Baragon, for all Bosmer!
Spilled blood and displaced families aren't justice!
We've been friends forever! Why won't you trust me?
The recollection destroyed this village! Who knows what other harm the rapid growth caused?
I thought you'd understand! I thought you had vision! Goodbye, Baragon!
No, Sorlin, wait! I couldn't catch her. I've known Sorlin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts.
Oh, you guys knocking boots and then she goes and does this? Sweet on her. Greenspeaker Sorlinet talked about justice and inheritance. Do you know what she meant?
She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it?
Mm-hmm, here you go.
I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Leramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me. Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostermere and kept this seed away from the recollection. When you're ready, meet Leramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad.
Why would Greenspeaker Sorlin join the recollection? Well, we know that, because she's a Bosmer and agrees with them.
I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why.
Do you think the ground shaking and the Wildburn seed are connected?
I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention.
Okay. No. Okay, let's hear. Path of Chaos. Go there. That way? Oh no, the thing is kicking off. Never mind, it's done. It's too late.
Good find, cohort.
Nope, don't. Ah, I'm an idiot. Yep, I deserve that. Oh. It's really weird to see this many players. It's kind of throwing me off my groove a little. I've been fairly used to pretty quiet maps, so the fact that it's that. Behind me. The Fallen Leaves Coffer that you're saying, that's the event. Take it. What man? Leander, did you see that?
Quality material makes for quality goods.
None of the Horvard picks is dust, are they? There's so many. Why are they so gross?
We're done here.
Agreed, you arse.
Here for his bones. Fine. Real rotten ruin of all the days. I'm sorry you had to see that, Traveler. Our family drama is a poor welcome to Vashabar. Those two old timber pigs were our fathers. My beloved Clendigal and I simply can't get them to see reason.
See reason about what?
We want to be married, and our fathers, trees take them, won't hear of it. You just saw the backside of an argument we've had many times. This was the last. Clen and I are going to leave. Start a new life. Can I ask a favor? I have coin.
What's the favor, and why won't your fathers let you wed?
They don't see eye to eye on anything. It's like they want to grind each other into bone meal. Long story. If you're inclined, find my Agawen Cyril and tell her we're leaving. We need supplies, and she might be willing to help us.
Okay, I'll find her and let her know your plan.
Cyril's my aunt. She owns the beer garden at the center of town. You can't miss her. Ifray, the singer himself, must have sent you. Thank you, Traveler.
You said your fathers want to grind each other into bone meal?
I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is expressive and beautiful, we have no word for fundamentally disagree with to the point of violence.
What did they disagree on?
My father's a Green speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact. Clendigal's father is an important envoy for King Nantharian's Dawnway. If they weren't so worried about appearances, they'd have punched each other in the bits by now.
They don't approve of your marriage because of their views?
They hated our match long before we crossed the River Strid and Vashabar was grown. But the last few months have been tense to the point of breaking. We tried one last blighted time to convince them, as you saw, and failed spectacularly, damn it.
Why can't you just get married and ignore what your fathers think?
Ah, what a brilliant idea! Sorry. Perhaps where you're from that's an option, but not for us. Without the blessing of our fathers, not a soul in Vashabar would accept our union. That's just how we are.
You don't have anyone else who could bless your wedding?
We've plenty of family friends, but no one like that. Oakenburl. Clen and I both lost our mothers when we were young. It's one of the things that drew us together. We need our fathers to consent. Or we need to leave.
Can you tell me about Vashabar?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into West Weald.
You said Valenwood crossed the river?
Depends who you ask. Some believe the Green grew the forest and led us here to establish Vashabar. Those who follow the Dawnway see it as a sign we were meant to reclaim the land of our ancestors, provided you believe we're descended from Aeliads.
You said your families hate each other?
I'm slightly exaggerating. But while my father's a Green speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact, magic weavers that speak to the Green. We shape the living wood that make up our homes. It's an ancient art form, and I'm proud to carry on the tradition. Vashabar would never have grown without my father and his magic. Obstinate old Ash.
This village is called Vashabar, you said. Can you tell me about it?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from...
We're good. We're just repeating. Yay! Place to sell our stuffs.
Good find, cohort.
What brings you to Vashabar?
think I'm gonna stop here and we'll continue on to help the star-crossed lovers get their romance on.
Think they're tough, but this one can outdrink them all.